Hi there, I'm Sarah Cunnington. Welcome to Drawn from the Word. If you've ever felt your past disqualifies you from serving the Lord, this message could be for you. It's about how even our mistakes, both past and present, can become a means of testifying to God's transforming grace, if we are ready to admit them before God and men. For God, who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 6. Many years ago, I lived and studied near Soho, London's Chinatown. There was one shop there that I liked to visit because, amongst other things, it sold several beautiful but inexpensive ranges of porcelain bowls. Over the 4 years I was a student, I acquired almost a dozen of them, both large and small. But then, over the following 4 decades, I've gradually lost them to the small or large accidents that such things are subject to. Now, only one remains. It's a small bowl, not much bigger than the saucer of a teacup, and it's decorated with a very simply drawn blue fish. Even though it's chipped, I can't bring myself to part with it. Recently, I was invited to eat with a small group of Christian friends who live in a nearby town. It was a special occasion, particularly as I hadn't seen a couple of them for over 6 months. The company was good, the food was good, and the conversation too. Then, as coffee was served, our hostess carried in a tray with the coffee cups and a little bowl of sugar. As soon as I saw it, I was reminded of one of the sets of Chinese bowls that I'd had. They were decorated with the same pattern of translucent glaze-filled holes. The traditional method used to make these cups and bowls is to press grains of rice into the clay once the vessel has been shaped on the potter's wheel and while it's still damp. Then the vessel is thoroughly dried before it goes into the kiln, where it's subjected to temperatures approaching 1,000 degrees centigrade or more. The extreme heat burns up the grains of rice, leaving this distinctive pattern of oval holes. Next, the bowls are painted, and the final glaze dip is made. All the holes are now thoroughly sealed, and the bowl is ready for its final firing, from which it will emerge transformed into a beautiful, delicate, shining vessel of light. Whenever I see a rice grain bowl or cup like this, I am reminded of the work of God in the believer's life. All of us have imperfections and weaknesses. There are no exceptions. It's the sad reality of our being fallen creatures in a fallen world. In my mind, the holes left by the grains of rice represent the scars of wounds that have been inflicted on us. Some are caused by others, some by ourselves, the result of our own foolishness or even our own disobedience. They are imperfections, certainly. And yet, when we truly experience the white-hot fire of God's saving grace, His blazing love burns up these impurities. Then, as we offer up our lives to Him, He clothes us in His righteousness. This is like the wonderful translucent glaze on the little sugar bowl. It covers over all the scars and wounds. There's also a mystery in that by owning up to our weaknesses, by not trying to pretend that we are better than we are, that we're perfect in ourselves, we allow the glorious light of God's Holy Spirit not only to fill us, but to shine through us. This is how it should be. But all too often, our bowl is so full of other things, our plans, our projects, our pride or our worries, that there's little room left for the Holy Spirit to fill us, let alone for His light to shine through us. There must be more of Him and less of us. More of Him and His light to lighten the darkness. Shine, Jesus, shine. Shine in me. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll join me again next Friday. In the meantime, be blessed. Bye-bye for now.